Hi, I'm Preston, Product and Sales Manager at TreadSure. I'm excited to announce that TreadSure now provides our users with a fast and simple way to do tread evaluations on agricultural tracks. To show you this process, we're here on a John Deere 9460 RT to do an evaluation. So to start the evaluation, we'll go ahead and need a couple key pieces of equipment. The first, we're going to need to make sure that we have the TreadSure application downloaded on our mobile device. This can be either found at the App Store or the Google Play Store. The second piece we're going to need is our tread depth gauge. Now, if you don't have a tread depth gauge, go check out our website and get in touch with us and we'll get you set up with one. If you don't know how to use a tread depth gauge, go check out our other video to make sure you know how to use this properly. Now, when we start any evaluation process, I always like to start with measuring the tire and then going into the application to complete the rest of the data that's required for that evaluation. So for a track, similar to a tire, we're going to want to take measurements in 3 different places, evenly spaced out as possible on the track itself. So we'll take a measurement up here by the main drive wheel, somewhere in the center here, and then also down here by the lower idler wheel. So we'll go ahead and pull out our gauge and get these measurements and average them up. When we're doing our measurements around the track, we're going to want to keep our eye out for any major damage or stubble wear or weather cracking on the track bar or the track core itself. So just keep an eye out as we're going around measuring here. So we'll take our first measurement right here towards the back drive wheel of this track. Again, we're going to take note that our gauge is on 32 of an inch for this measurement, and we're going to place the gauge about 1/3 of the way in from either side to get the best measurement. So we'll go ahead and slide this down until the body contacts the tread bar. We're going to see we're at about 30 seconds there, and then we'll come down here to the center of the tread, place that there, and see we get about 30 seconds. And then we'll come down here towards the idler wheel and take our final measurement. This time I'll go 1/3 of the way in from the other side to get a balanced measurement. And here we get about 30 seconds. So we'll go ahead and kind of average that up and then keep track of that for the next part of the process. Now that we're done with the measurement, we'll go ahead and pull out our phone and open up the TreadSure app. When you first open the app, you'll see 2 different options, the tread calculator and the new evaluation form. Now, the tread calculator is really the best option for a quick calculation on either a track or a tire, while the new evaluation form is really the preferred method if you have multiple tracks on a single piece of equipment. Now, since we're trying to evaluate this piece of equipment, we'll go ahead and proceed forward with the new evaluation form. So we'll click that. Immediately we'll see it's asking us for a reference number to be able to keep track of this evaluation form later on. So we're going to go ahead and name this John Deere, and then the model of the machine, which again is a 9460 RT. And then we're going to go ahead and enter in our email that we want this information to go to. And if you want to send this to somebody else, you can also enter in a second email address. We'll scroll down and we'll hit add tracks. It'll ask me if I want to add a position to this track, and I do since it is installed on a piece of equipment. So I'll hit yes. This is on the left side of the tractor, so we'll hit the back left position. Now it's going to ask us for tracks for a couple machine specific items, so we'll go ahead and put in our machine brand as John Deere. This I'm going to go ahead and put as a 9RT series tractor. And it's also going to ask us for the width of the track. Now we already know from the build sheet that this is a 30-inch wide track, but if you don't have this information, go ahead and take a quick measurement or look it up on the equipment build sheet. So we'll go ahead and select 30 inches wide there for the track brand. We're going to come over here to the track sidewall, or just the side of the track core here. We're going to see that this is a Camzo brand. And based on this part number, we see that it is a 6500 General Ag series. Now back when we were measuring this track, we were keeping an eye out for any major damage along the tread. We didn't really see anything, a couple nicks here and there, so I'm going to rate this as a good condition. In the application, we do allow you to do poor, fair, good, or excellent. If you're not really sure, go ahead and hit this little icon next to the condition text, and you'll see a brief summary of what we would rate the track depending on what we saw for damage on the condition. Now, our measurement came out to be about 30 seconds, so we'll go to make sure that we are in 30 seconds of an inch and slide the depth slider over to 55. Now that we've got all the information and measurements for this track, I'm going to run over to the other side and do the same thing and enter all that information into this evaluation form to then send on. All right. Now that we have that side done and this side done, we're ready to send our form on for further evaluation. So I see that everything's in here correctly, so I'll go ahead and hit confirm and submit. That evaluation form is now going to be waiting for me in my email inbox. So from there, I can either record that data on the evaluation of this overall machine, or I can send it to a potential buyer or trade in on these tracks itself. Now, as you notice, this whole evaluation process only took us a few minutes to complete. And we didn't have to go searching for manufacturer catalog or try to dig up other information about this track itself. So it really saved us a lot of time, and now we can be confident that we have an accurate measurement of this track and it'll be ready to go for when this machine gets sold. For more information about TreadSure or how to do an evaluation for either tracks or tires, be sure to visit our website to learn more.